Hey folks, so welcome to Adeptus Mechanicus versus Dark Eldar. It's 1600 points and Emperor's Will. So, starting out on the Adeptus Mechanicus side, we have some Cataphragm Destroyers. They're the ones with the grav weapons, and they're basically led by Tech Priest. And what's kind of cool is they start off, he actually separated it from the unit, so he could have more units on the table, and depending on the number of units, you get these various different abilities. It's like having psychic powers without, paying for anything. It's crazy, and they can't be stopped. Then we had some Cataphragm Breachers. To the right, we had the Cohort Cybernetica, and that's where all the big robots are, and they are powerful. To the right of them, our right, of course, we have some Cataphragm Destroyers, and now these guys have plasma weapons. And then to their right, we have some more breachers with arc rifles. So, a fantastically painted army. Now, on the Dark Eldar side, I went with some fun units. I really like bringing out some of these guys. And we have some Reavers, we have some Hellions, we have two groups of Kabbalite warriors, we have some witches. Lilith is leading the charge with her incubi in one of the venoms, and then the other venom, this one here, namely, has the Trueborn. They all have various different, actually no, they all have blasters. In reserve, I have some Scourges with 2 blasters and a jet. So I've got a Razor Wing in reserve too. So I didn't get first turn, and that kind of hurt, but that's okay, because let's see how it goes. So, the Adeptus Mechanicus pushed forward, firing in on some of our various units, forcing them to jink. Mostly caused a Venom to jink, one of my raiders, and I did lose the Venom with the Trueborn, kind of spilling them out to the ground. So, a little sad about that, but what can you do? So I just kind of pushed them forward, and my idea is hoping to use them as kind of a distraction. So, my turn, I surged forward with my units, which is on the far left there. Hellions moving up the center. They're going to get chewed up eventually, but that's what Hellions do, right? Reavers moving up on the right-hand side. All of my firing. He had a 2+ save for everything because of the Mechanicus abilities. Now, the push back basically resulted in the loss of a lot of my Hellions, some more jinking from some of my units, and I did lose the Venom, dumping the basically Lilith and the Incubi to the ground. I also lost all of the poor Trueborn. They were all killed, but I did get a few shots off with them at least. Next time I'm going to have to deep strike them. So, Hellions went into close combat and died. Lilith went into close combat and managed to hang out there. She kept trying to wound the HQ, and when he saved he would basically blind people. In 2 turns, Lilith got blinded twice. Yeah, that's crazy. Witches also went into the Reavers failed their save or their assault. The Scourges did come in, and they're kind of sitting pretty back there. These guys came up and fired in and destroyed the Raider. Witches did fall out of combat and run away and kind of rallied down there at the bottom. Now, these guys were just kind of sitting kind of flat-foot in the open, out of nowhere, while those breachers came up and destroyed the Raider, dumping the remaining warriors to the ground. I did lose some more units, namely Lilith, so we both lost our warlords, and the robots moved up. My jet came in and really didn't cause any damage up there, which was kind of sad. But what did happen is they fired in on the jet, and they crashed and caused a few wounds to the breachers down there, killing them off. And these guys here are kind of sitting pretty as little destroyers would, getting ready to cover their objective. I did assault the the destroyers on that side, and the robots came up and I assaulted them with my witches to kind of tie them up. These guys fell back to capture the objective. Witches did manage to kill off a few of the guys, thank goodness for Furious Charge and Plasma Grenades. And then I did kill off those guys. My Scourges went up to the top, and my bikes were ready to poise, jump on the objective, and basically contest it. But they did get killed off in the next round of shooting. So, really what happened was the game ended with each of us holding our own objectives, and really it coming down to first blood. So the victory went to the Adeptus Mechanicus. It was one hell of a bloody battle. There were some great rolls on each side and some really hard fought fighting. I have to say, I fought the Mechanicus before with my Eldar, and it was a really good battle, and I did learn a little bit. This game, I just learned even more about the army, and one thing for sure, don't bother with your Hellions. Boost up some other units, bring some more warriors in raiders, and just have a lot of fun with those, maybe even some more reavers. You gotta love how a game can turn from a close to win to a loss after just one round of fighting. But it happens, right? Your units aren't bolstered enough at the end of the game, they're just gonna die off and wither away. One thing for sure, I have to say, when you see these elite armies on the table with the smaller units, it's a bit intimidating because you're like, wow, I have all these units and all these shots, and they only have that many. There's going to be something I'm going to be hitting brick wall wise, that's for sure. And it was definitely a challenge. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the overview. And I look forward to playing some more armies and posting them. And I think I might bring my Dark Eldar out for one more round of fighting against another army next week. We'll see. Then maybe back to Eldar. Depends on how I'm feeling about the various different lists I'm playing with. So with that said, I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.